Hi, hello. I'm the Queen of Daggers, and I hold the cards. Pisces, it is time for your March 2022 monthly reading, and it will be a hell of a ride. I'm going to tell you that right now. So if you are new here, or if you are returning and have yet to do so, I would appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button so that I may see you again. If for any reason you would like a personal reading tailored specifically to you, my email is in the description box. I would love to hear from you, and I will gladly say hello back. Alright, so, all of that said, let's get into this. So, your major arcana card for the month is the Star in reverse. You may be putting on some airs, the arrogance of you've got confidence building, but you may be a bit brash about it, so do watch out for that. It's not necessarily a bad thing, though your ego is something you may wrestle with for a bit, and you must learn to detach from that, as the spirit is far more important, and that is something I see you tapping into regardless. So, in the dark mirror for the month of March, you have Bride in a cage. You feel trapped, or you have trapped yourself, and you're breaking through that trap. You may be trapping yourself in some sort of delusion, some sort of negative thought you think will take over and destroy everything. Will you shush, phone? Thank you. You're on vibrate, and that's still rude. I apologize for that. You can break through this. It is not real. These are not real bars. They're like those fake laser traps they have in spy movies. They're not really there. You can simply walk across and nothing will touch you. Now, I received an angel oracle from a dear friend of mine in Aquarius. Very fitting. It's a bit unorthodox, and that's why I adore it. You received Shokma, and thankfully, this is one for which I do not have to refer to the book, because I've been doing that for many people. If you check your other, your moon and rising, or your sun, if you're already checking one of those, or if you're cross-watching, you may notice that. Shokma is the first breath of a newborn child, the first moments of life when it opens its eyes. Shokma is a beginning. It is seeing anew as if you have never seen before. Shokma is one of the eyes. It is the right eye, in fact. It is wisdom. There are things you know that others do not, intuitively, possibly. And to have this knowledge is something you must not squander. It is not a gift given to many people. So, and now I will give you a bit of backstory on my deck here, if you have looked at it at all while I was reading this. You will notice it has its own major and minor arcana, and I like it that way. This is my first deck. I've been using it for nearly 15 years now. It is the William Blake Tarot. It is based off the writings and the artwork of, well, William Blake. In 18th century, I believe, writer, poet, scientist, and artist, the pioneer of the cosmic consciousness, the concept that we all contain within us, the knowledge and the key to the universe, and we are contained within it, and that any of us can tap into it should we so desire. I felt that was very fitting for everyone's personal growth and journeys through this month. We will get to your career afterwards. So you start as a child of painting. You are dreaming. You are seeking things that may not be the most real or tangible, however, you are after them anyway. You are flying in the sky at the beginning of this month. You think nothing will hurt you. That is a very fun thought. This is a very fun thought. You may be trapped in these ideals, this idealism. This, what is the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. If I do, I'll go back to the thought. And we do have the Nine of Science in reverse, which is wonderful to see. This is defeat. You are certainly not defeated at all. There may be a sense of arrogance in your daydreams or in your belief of yourself. However, this may not be actual arrogance. This may be something you recognize that other people have yet to see, though they may view it as an arrogant perspective. Screw 'em. And we have lightning. So things are going to change. You'll have flashes of brilliance. Then you will break down what you do not need, or it will break itself down, and you will see the truth. This is not bad. This is quite a pleasant turn of events, for once it is broken down, though you will experience discontent, clouded with discontent and brooding in their minds terrible things with the aid of music, it does not mean it will last forever. Not forever at all. For you have strife in reverse, the 5 of poetry. Thou art a man, goddess no more, thy own humanity learn to adore, for that is my spirit of life, awake, arise to spiritual strife. That is something you are not working towards. You have a sense of spiritual peace that other people do not, as you break yourself out of this cage. Or perhaps you do not experience the strife, or you are too trapped within it. This is something only you will know. I am showing you each card as the imagery is the most important aspect, and you may see something that I do not. When this is not a personal reading, it can be a bit difficult to point out the right imagery. You have the man of poetry to justify the ways of God to man. Again, a bit arrogant in how you're seeing yourself right now. Though I will repeat, that is not necessarily a bad thing. People simply will not understand. No, they will not. It will see you in this period of the moon, in this fantasy, or as if you are clouding your mind with nonsense, but as a man of science, you are focused on exactly what you need to focus on. It's very good to see. Very good to see indeed. You have knowledge they do not. I cannot emphasize this enough. And you are studying it, because you know what you must do, and you are going to do it. I love to see that for you, Pisces, I do. I assure you, nothing of what I have said is negative in any way, shape, or form. So, on to your career, my dear. And if you do not like me calling you my dear, feel free to leave a comment and let me know, so I will stop doing that. No one has said so yet, but I still want to be mindful of the thoughts of others. Yoink. There we go. Alrighty. So, of course, you're going to feel discontent. There is beauty and joy, should you choose to look at it. The Sun is the best card. Now, it came out sideways, so you can see it, or you can choose to look away. You may focus in past failures, and I think that is something that you are struggling with very much. Well, you have a deep intuitive knowledge of good things that people are not seeing. You are also wrestling with the past, and things you know of the past. Again, it is time for that breath of fresh air. Do not focus on that which has failed. Do not focus on that which has abandoned you or been stolen from you. You must forge onward. Leave that behind. You don't have a choice anyway. You had lightning. That's the tower. It does not matter if you want to see it or not, and if you want to move forward or not. You will be forced to do it. Again, do not focus on it. You no longer need to be wounded. It will not be taken from you again. You will finally see the 2 cups behind you. You may have to go into hermit mode, but this may also be listening to your inner wisdom. Big Virgo vibes. I love it, as I am a Virgo, so bit of a bias. Because you are moving forward. Now you are finding balance. You are picking up the thoughts that you actually need and leaving behind that which no longer serves you. You have finally come to terms with and judged what is the correct path. And again, you were leaving behind what did not actually serve you, though it seemed as if it did. At the time, it seemed as if it did. And it did not serve you very well. And eventually, you felt disillusioned by that illusion and realized that that kingdom was made upon sand. So you're dropping it and you're picking up what actually works for you, and through that you are healing. Because again, this is a big tower moment for you. But brings you to this. And to this, and to this. There's some real satisfaction for you. Unless you do not take the steps forward or the steps to do this, will you? Hush. Thank you. You may be experiencing a lot of incoming communication, given that did not happen during anyone else's read whatsoever. No other sign has heard my phone going off like crazy. So, you may have a lot to say, or people may have a lot to say to you, and I don't think it will necessarily be bad. But if you do not take the action, you will be in the King of Pentacles reversed. Though you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups here, so I wouldn't focus on it too much. You have yourself and the self-love, and perhaps another person coming in, or some backup, so to speak, already. It is time for rebirth. It is time for a rebirth, to let the rest go. Because then you will find yourself truly in your power, and you will know everything you need to know. And people may look at you as if you are being too bold about it, but screw them. You're letting go what doesn't serve you, and that's what they hate. They don't want to see you evolve like this, because it shows them that they are not evolving, that they are not picking up the right sword, and that you have chosen to drop the swords that do not serve you. So, Pisces, you got a hell of a lot of good coming in as soon as you learn to ignore, or rather, not ignore, release, process and release the past. And I trust you will do so, Pisces. You have this deep intuition, this deep knowledge. Remember, you have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups coming to you. And once you act on this, and once you let go of this lack mindset, this posture of failure, or what could have beens, what ifs, maybes. You don't need those, you have what is. And that, and what will be, and those are far more important. So again, that's what I have for you. I will repeat. If you are new here, or if you are returning and have yet to do so, please hit the subscribe button. I would love to see you again. If you would like a personal reading, my email is in the description box, etc., 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 you know, the whole 9 yards, the whole end card, YouTube, like, share, subscribe thing, comment, what have you. All of that said, I will see you on Wednesday. Bye!